What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 15. Today we are talking about expanding your business. As you can see, we have a new little setup here, a little bit cleaner.
And Megan paying this?
That's right. It was clean too. Anyway, welcome back to Get in the Lab. My name is Megan Pangan.
I'm Kevin.
And let's get in the lab. All right. So before we jump into today's topic and, blah, 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 I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, audible.com. So for you guys listening and watching the Get in the Lab podcast, you can visit audibletrial.com/Get in the Lab podcast for your free audiobook of your choice. They have over 150,000 titles to choose from. I just finished Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and audiobooks are a great way to fill the time when you're grocery shopping, working out, commuting, all that stuff. Always learning. So this is boyfriend and girlfriend tag.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We have two in here. What kind of cake would you bake me on my birthday?
Ice cream.
You can't bake ice cream.
Well, I'll bake the cake and then I'll put ice cream in the middle.
Oh, is it smart? Yes, I would like that.
Yeah.
You did that for my last birthday.
But I didn't bake it.
Yeah, I know, but it was good. It was all rich.
This is 3 things I'm good at, 3 things I'm not good at.
3 things you're good at. Photography.
Mm-hmm.
Making money. Being really professional. Like, calm down. 3 things you're not good at. Let's see. I'm gonna have to say cooking.
Yeah.
Gonna have to say that, G, because last time unfortunately, now I have to cook all the damn meals. Another thing would be slim pickings on that one. I think that's it.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So we didn't say hi. So I haven't seen you all morning, and we're filming this at about 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually how the day goes. We wake up. I wake up at like 5:36 ish.
And she sleeps at 8.
No, last night I slept at like 12, man. Because somebody was bothering me.
And we were watching Jeremy Lin.
Insanity, and we were watching, what else we were watching? I watched Total Recall for the first time.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was really weird. I was like, whoa, this movie's trippy, but I liked it. But yeah,
normally I wake up, I'll head straight to the gym just to kind of get my workout in. That way I'm like relaxed and less stressed and antsy throughout the day.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing to kind of incorporate into your morning routine. Like, we don't always work out in every morning, but I do feel more relaxed too, because I worked out today too.
Yeah.
And I tried to shoot my fit vlog, and I thought I did it perfectly, and I didn't even hit record.
Yeah.
Stupid. I was like looking for it as I was going to edit. I shot all the other stuff, but the actual working out set video that I shot with like my little GoPro, I didn't even hit record.
Oh, man.
That was retarded.
So
No fit vlog for today. But yeah, I'm working out at home. But yeah, so how are things? How are things today for you?
Well, I'm driving out to Redlands to photograph an engagement at Riley's farm because I've been checking their Facebook. They have the fall leaves in, so I'm pretty excited to capture that engagement, as well as I'll be capturing some scenic photos just for our home here.
Oh, good. Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah, I'm going to be thinking of new things and angles that will fill up our home to make it warmer.
Yeah, that's a big change that's been going on amongst all the other business changes, relationship change, so many changes going on. Like I feel like 2014 has been really like challenging in that way. Mm-hmm. When I thought up until this point, like, oh, 2014 is cool. It's so cool. It's so not easy, but like
it's proactive.
It was proactive, but now it feels like, yes, we're being really, really proactive. And now it's kind of becoming a challenge in a good way, because I know it's going to pay off. But
and I feel like if we don't change, then life is boring. We have to change.
We have to change.
Every year,
it's definitely not boring
growth.
right now. Yeah, definitely.
We need growth like every year, and I feel like we didn't do what we're doing right now. It's going to feel a little boring, a little dry, and nothing is exciting. So it's always good to accelerate.
True that.
And for however long we can do it until our company just kind of does its own thing, and then we can just like fly out, move somewhere else, or I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, we could. I mean, that's a very. I'm trying to I'm trying to be less attached to the home, because I think we were talking about that, like my attachment to being at home, and we were making all these changes so I can work from home, and being at home, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I have this attachment to being at home, and I think it kind of creates more anxiety for me, like you were talking about. So I'm trying not to do that. I still want to work from home and do a lot of things from home, but not be so attached to it.
Exactly.
So with all of these changes going on, and we're going to dive into, much more until after you leave, like expanding our business and what's going on right now. So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, let's talk about the wedding and last week's wedding and how that went down. How do you think that went down? Like,
so it went really well.
So why don't you go back up and say, like, tell them, like, what were we trying to do with this wedding?
So we're not trying to do anything, but we are just we're really pushing things forward.
We're trying to do that.
We're not trying.
Yeah, we are.
We are doing it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there is no try.
There is no trying.
Only do.
Yeah,
Yoda.
we just do it.
Yeah.
So basically, we just kind of threw John in there. We sat down prior to the wedding day. We kind of speak over the images and things that.
Wait. We have to give them context. Yeah. So the thing was, we're trying to have John replace me, right?
Yeah.
And, being in the field and shooting and being your second and doing all of that. And we found out there's a lot of duties that I actually do as your second. Mm-hmm. And like trying to explain that to somebody else.
Exactly.
When, we do it so well together, because like I know you, you know me. Yeah. It's been 7 years, blah, blah, blah. Like now I had to stop and be like, actually when we're shooting a ceremony, I'm actually looking at you all the time to make sure, like, if you're not getting, they're at the, Mary or whatever. Yeah. If you're not getting that, I should be getting that. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's different because you always shot the guys and I always shot the girls. Yeah. And over the years, it's been like that for a long time. Mm. And you were like the primary photographer on the other side. Yeah. So not a lot of companies out there, photography company especially, have a primary second shooter. Those second shooter either own their own company and they photograph on their own and they're just helping the main photographer out every now and then. But for us, we're working together, so it's a little different. Mm. So you having experience being a second photographer and training someone, you have so much knowledge and so many things to say that sometimes it can be hard to try explain every little thing, and you don't want to be too detailed or you overwhelm that person.
Yeah, that was hard for me. Like I thought, I knew it was gonna be a test, like, because we were like, okay, trying to talk to each other. Yeah. How are we going to train John? Like, what does that look like? What does it sound like? And I was like, I don't know. We're just gonna have to like sit down with him, talk to him. Unfortunately, it was like freaking 11 at night, and everybody was tired, so we were all really trying to pull off the best presence and be professional, and like I feel like I was saying a lot, but none of it was really sinking in. Yeah, and that I understand because he was tired and it was kind of late in the day or whatever. But that was a challenge, and at the same time, it's like it tests me. Do I know my shit? Yeah, to be able to communicate that to somebody else and teach them. And we didn't know for sure until we were actually on the field shooting. And it kind of makes not nervous, but like, cause it's somebody's wedding. So I don't want to mess up, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I really want to coach in the way that is effective and to get the shots that we need. And like you said, like, man, this wedding kicked our butt because of that.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like it was a regular wedding, you know, just heading out to LA, doing our thing, a beautiful venue, beautiful clients too.
It's a little bit more energy.
Yeah, because you're now having to think about what you're doing, which was second nature. Yeah. You just do, right?
I know you're like thinking of him and trying to kind of guide him through the ropes. But why I was so tired in this wedding because I was thinking of you and him. Yeah,
so you're managing us, right?
So I was like, oh shoot, this is a lot of thinking now. But I feel
true.
like
I didn't think about that.
I feel like I'm just going to let you handle it. That way he's hearing it from one person that's been around the second shooting for a long time. Yeah. And I'm not going to say anything or else it will confuse him. I
think you have a habit of wanting to have your hand in a lot of things. You're a micromanager, which drives me crazy. Yeah. But I understand where you're coming from because I understand that you want your company to be, you know, what it is, what your vision is. You know, like when I design something like the shirts, for example, I want it to be a certain way. But there's a part of that process that I have to let go. Yeah. Right. And I think in order to expand your business, there's little parts that you have to be okay with and let go. And so, like I said, like it's going to be my job to assure you to let you feel safe about me training John, to let me handle what I'm handling. If I don't put off like a message or a vibe or a confidence that I know what I'm doing, then of course you don't feel sure. And then you have to go in and now you feel like you have to do it yourself.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So I get that. And I think from someone being managed and working as a team to you being the manager and working as a team, like those are just things that we have to keep in mind, like knowing where each other is coming from and understanding the overall story or overall goal, which is, you know, to produce a fantastic product.
Exactly.
And to expand our business. Yeah.
And still keep it very consistent in the product. That's why I was like sort of managing. I just want to make sure he took all the shots or whatever you were telling him. That way it makes my back end a little easier. That way I know everything's consistent, everything's there, nothing is missing, and I just can edit through versus try and figure out where was this image or...
Gotcha. Yeah.
So maybe those were sometimes like I was just diving in and telling him.
I didn't mind that at all because I was trying to view it as that. Like I was like, I know that we're transitioning right now. This is the first time. We're just trying to make sure everything's on key. And like I kind of felt I wanted to dive in as well. Yeah. Because the clients look so good. Like I was like, man, we have good looking clients. And I love it when you have good looking clients because then it just makes things more prettier. And like the photographer side of me actually wanted to shoot. Yeah. But I had to let that go because in order for me to train and to let John do his thing, you know, he needed to just be out there. He needed to be the front man. Yeah. So, you know, I still got everything we needed to make sure that we're good, you know, so that we produce a good product. But in the end, like, I had to let that go. And I was seeing what that felt like.
So how was your experience in training him? Do you feel like it's way too fast paced in what you're saying, or you think you're going to tone it down a notch in the next wedding?
No, I don't think it's fast paced. We talked about him having the photo booth. Yeah. That I think was a big distraction. Yeah. Because like I felt it, but I wasn't going to let him get away with it was the ceremony. And I go, okay, so ceremony ends at 4:30 you can jam to go set up photo booth, right? Yeah. And I could already tell he didn't want to do that. He wanted to make sure his photo booth was set up. He had a lot of time and all of that stuff. But I decided this was just a judgment call. I decided to push him. Yeah. Even though, because I want to see like, you know, how much I can push him because I'm his coach. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to be a coach. And so coaches are supposed to push you. Yeah. They're not supposed to baby you. Yeah. And so I don't, you know, I see John as, he's like brother from another mother, but I'm going to push him, because I want him to be better.
Yeah.
So I pushed him a little bit.
Okay.
And I could tell he was mad, like not mad at me, but like mad at, like he was flustered. Yeah. Right. And that's just, you have to go through that little bit of pain to grow.
Yeah.
And so, there are other things that we could do as a company to make his job easier on the photo booth side. Like we got a cart for him and all that stuff.
Okay.
Because I know he's like carrying a bunch of shit and like that's stressful for him. So, in other ways we're going to try to compensate for that. But for the most part, I'm going to push him. Yeah. Yeah. Whether he likes it or not, because I know, I feel like I know what he's capable of.
And are you telling him this?
No.
Are you supposed to, or?
Well, I should. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I should. Yeah. And maybe he's watching the show, so I'm going to push you, John. So, but not to the brink to where we break you and feel, I'm going to try to balance that. I'm really trying hard to pay attention. That is the job of the coach. And I learned this through kind of like coaching other people in the business realm. Like, you need to be pushed. And I love that when I was being coached by other people, they pushed me.
Yeah, that's true, because everyone's always going to have a hard time. Yeah, like they're
don't
pretty
hold my hand.
Yeah, hard-headed in a way, like, oh man.
Yeah. But
like, why are we doing all this? Right? But then actually it does help in the long run, because you're going to realize if you didn't push him, he'll always think, you're always holding his hand.
Yeah. I'm always going to be there.
But when you do push him, you're preparing him to be on his own.
Right. That's the thing. So like you said, we never had like no companies, or not a lot of companies have two main primary photographers, something like that. I want him to do that. I know he can do that. Yeah. Like he can already do so many things really, really well, which took me a long time to get. So in a way, like that's great, because now we kind of are filling in the gaps for whatever, because we're different people and all that stuff. Yeah. So we just need to work on, framing and they're kind of technical things.
Sort of, yeah.
Kind of technical things. Some are more like you have to feel the moment, which is kind of subjective, which that will come over time. Yeah. But I already know that John has a lot of potential. It's just things need to change in order for that to come out. Like we were talking about, he's working, 2 jobs, and that's hard on a person, even when you're young and virile. So I could tell it's wearing on him. And like I said, as a coach, I'm trying to pay attention to all of that. And I think that is exhausting, because you have your own self to worry about, and now you're trying to pay attention to somebody else. But I like that. I like that. I actually really like coaching. So
awesome.
I'm down for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, John won't be the first. So we are trying to test the water and see if his girlfriend is interested in the photo booth, which John will be actually coaching her. Yeah, so see, it works out. I want to train leaders. Yeah. I don't want to train subordinates. Yeah. I think that's the thing with our company. You trained me to be a leader, basically, kind of inadvertently. Yeah. But I learned from you, from you being a leader, from you doing what you do, and now that goes to John, and and so on and so forth. And maybe we haven't told him that. Is that you're going to be a leader. Yeah, well, that's the beauty of this podcast, because without writing anything down, because we don't outline anymore. Yeah, we just have a conversation. That's the beauty of this, because now a lot of this stuff kind of comes to the surface, and we go, okay, cool, now let's go do that. Exactly. And it's a cool little like business meeting between us, and it's just public. Yeah, I feel that you love coaching, so I like it. And I was happier that day too. Yeah. Yeah. And my goal is that we'll continue to do this and see where it takes us. Yeah. In growing both Megan's side and helping other business, coaching and marketing, things that people aren't aware of, and also growing our business in Kevin Levu Photography. Right. I think we're really going to try to take the best of both worlds, what I've kind of learned on my side of the realm, and put it into the photography side, because there's a lot of conversations that we have where you're like, well, people don't normally do that in this industry. And it's like, well,
that may be true, but that doesn't mean we can't try. And
Yeah.
we can't try to,
People are afraid to grow. People, because photography is very subjective, and people feel like they have to be very personable just because the wedding industry is very personable and a bride is looking for a specific style. Most brides don't like large companies because they feel like they're inconsistent in style. So that's why people don't expand.
Yeah.
It's easier for video to expand because
why was that again? Yeah, why did you say?
video is easier to expand because all they have to do is take in between shots, B-rolls. That way, the final cut will be edited by the editor, and they'll cut it in their own specific way. Whereas photography, we're actually editing, like the way we shoot is basically how we edit. So things have to be right on point during that process.
Right, yeah, I remember now.
And then the back end, we're just fixing minor things, not too much. So everything, it's right there, right then, and yeah.
Where do you see that where like, because we want to expand, right? That's the goal. So how do you foresee us doing that? Like with that being said, so how do you see us like expanding now?
Expanding, well, we'll start with John first as being the second photographer. He does know the ropes on both the bride side and the groom side because he's been following me around for a very long time. So now he's jumping the gun to the guys.
Yeah.
He already knows what to do for the girls in any case. If I got injured or anything, he already know what I look for. So overall, I feel like he is pretty influenced by our style.
Yeah.
Now he just needs to execute for the guys.
Yeah.
It's a little harder for him, for the guys, just because he's been working with me for so long with the girls. And same for me. If you put me in the guys, I'm a little hesitant.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how to frame, I know how to shoot them, but I can't shoot them as well as you did. So it's a change.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't believe that.
No, yeah.
I don't believe. Well, I would feel very weird shooting girls.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, like flipping to the other side.
Yeah.
So I believe John may go through that a
Yeah.
little bit. He's been used to the girls for so long, and
Yeah.
him just his first day
Yeah.
with the guys must have been so many changes happening in his head.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him, and I think that's what's going to be moving forward is, pre-talk, game time, post-talk.
Yeah.
It's like games, So, I'm sure he can like appreciate that because he's a football guy. But I think moving forward, having that pre-talk and then game time and then post-talk, that's really going to wrap around and solidify his learning and his training.
Exactly.
And for us too, as trainers, as coaches, as mentors.
And I believe we'll start using the walkie-talkies again because I feel that it will work.
Yeah.
It will work really well.
It's just annoying. Maybe
It's just, oh, no, I don't like the wireless. I feel
we
like.
have a wireless?
No, they do have wireless, but.
I think it's the earpiece that's kind of
Yeah.
retarded. But yeah, okay. So the coaching, yeah. So maybe we can give, a little shout out on the show for people. We have about 5 minutes. Are we going to advertise for some, photo booth peeps? Do we want to do that here? Can we do that here?
Advertise?
Like, so if you guys are interested, I can cut it out if we want. If you guys are interested and you live here in Southern California, well, specifically Orange County, we are offering a per diem position with our photo booth company, Snap It Fancy Photo Booths. And we're looking for somebody who can be per diem. So that means, you're going to be on call basically.
Yeah.
Contracted out for about a year. Until we get the ball rolling and we actually have a team of people to
and then until it becomes a full-time thing.
Yeah. And I run that little business, and if you are interested and you want to make a little extra cash on the side until things kind of really get rolling and it can be an actual full-time gig for you, which means you're only basically, handling events.
Yeah.
You can reach me at the link below. Also, should we advertise for a photography mentorship?
No.
Not yet.
No.
Okay. And so yeah, so good things happening with the photo booth, with the business. I feel revitalized having this little talk right now.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very run down at the moment.
And also, we just went through the rules of S Corporation, and we're doing our bi-weekly meetings. So many changes.
This will count as our meeting, basically. We're just going to hit it and try to be more efficient with the meetings and running our business legitimately. Yeah, so good things.
Yeah.
so many more things that I'm going to get into on my solo hour. But yeah, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate your time. That's more than 15 minutes, which I always appreciate. And I think having just a easy conversation about what's going on, I think is going to be much better than before. So yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys. I'm Kevin,
I'm
and I'm out.
You're out.